We've got more breaking news coming in. We can tell our viewers that the global powers, including United States, France and the UK, are in intense discussions with China over the issue of blacklisting Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar at the United Nations. Now, we can tell our viewers is that these three countries that had moved the proposal in the UNSC, United States, France and UK had jointly moved this proposal in the United Nations Security Council to designate Masood Azhar as a global terrorist. Now, China, which is also a permanent member of UNSC, put a technical hold to that designation of Masood Azhar, and each and every other single member of the UNSC, 14 other members, were on India's side. India has been pushing for Masood Azhar to be designated a global terrorist, and these three global superpowers had moved that resolution at the UNSC. Technical hold was put by China, but now these three superpowers, US, UK and France, are in talks with China. That's what we can tell our viewers. US, UK, France are in intense discussions with China on Masood Azhar. United States, France and UK are believed to be in intense good faith discussions with China to arrive at a compromise, including the language on the UN designation of Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist, according to sources close to the matter. So, UN, after China's technical hold in the UN, after China's technical roadblock in the UN, US, France and UK are still pushing for Masood Azhar to be designated a global terrorist and are in intense discussions with China. Now, remember, India had slammed China's move and called it disappointing. All other 14 members of the United Nations Security Council, including 4 other permanent members, which are United States, UK, France and Russia, all these 4 other permanent members wanted Azhar to be designated a global terrorist, but China opposed the move. Now, 3 of these global superpowers are in discussions with China. Masood Azhar is the chief of Pakistan-based and Pakistan-backed global terror organization, Jaish-e-Mohammed. It's the same terror organization that carried out terror attack in Pulwama, where 40 of the CRPF Jawans were martyred in that terror attack. India retaliated with airstrikes in Balakot, deep inside Pakistani territory, and bombing and flattening a Jaish-e-Mohammed terror camp in Balakot. But India has been pushing for Jaish-e-Mohammed chief to be designated a global terrorist as well, and the move has been backed by each and every United Nations Security Council member apart from China. Abhishek Kapoor, Republic TV's executive editor, also joins us on the phone line. Abhishek, will these three superpowers, US, UK, France, be finally able to convince China to get in line and realize that Masood Azhar is a global terrorist?
Well, it is hoped, given the global diplomatic offensive that India has launched, but for the intransigence of China, as it was underscored by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj yesterday, Shobit, that unlike in the earlier cases when only one nation would come and sponsor this motion to get Masood Azhar listed as a global terrorist, this time there was absolute unanimity except for China. So we had France, United States and United Kingdom sponsoring the motion, and then it was co-sponsored by at least 7 others. And if you see that the Security Council, including permanent and non-permanent members, is 15, 14 supported, only 1, that is China, did not. So it's a case of building up on there, on that from there, and the indication is that the United States is actually taking it upon itself to continue lobbying and to persist with China, even use certain personal equations that leaders would have to convince the Chinese that what they're doing is not really in the interest of the global community. So what we are seeing is that Masood Azhar, from being just an Indian concern till last time, has actually become a global concern.
Absolutely.
And in that sense, it should be seen as a bit of a diplomatic takeaway from all the engagement that India has carried out post-Pulwama. Of course, Shobit, we cannot rest till the time that this actually happens, and it might be a while, because once a technical hold is put, as it has been done in the case of Masood Azhar by China 2 days back, the next revisit on the issue can happen only after 6 months. So we have 6 months, but what is important is that the diplomatic offensive continues, and China increasingly realizes that it stands absolutely isolated in its support to Pakistan.
You're absolutely right, Abhishek. China continues to shield Masood. It's time for China to make its stand clear. Does it stand with the global powers in their fight against terror, or will it continue to shield Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar, a known terrorist who's based and operates out of Pakistan?